Is it sun bright or out on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading on Justin Bieber and Kendall Jenner. Apparently, allegedly, rumors on the street or fans are speculating that there could be a little bit of chemistry, maybe something going on between Kendall and Justin Bieber. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with people that talk with their hands, but it just seems like she was being really expressive in that moment, talking to Justin Bieber, in my opinion. And then looking at the way that they were, just looking at their body language. Just looking at their body language, period. I didn't see anything flirtatious between them. I mean, maybe some fans could speculate that maybe from Kendall's side, just the way she was slouched over. However, people are thinking that Kendall Jenner is either always around a little too close to her friends' men, apparently. So I'm not sure if they're trying to allege that she's a man stealer, but I've never actually heard of her actually stealing anybody's man. But please do correct me down below in the comments. However, I just don't see the chemistry or what some fans out there see. Please tell me down below in the comments. Do you guys see what other fans are seeing between Kendall Jenner and Justin Bieber? But I'm just going to pull some cards because Hailey Bieber even happened to make a comment, but it wasn't even anything bad. She even talked about it. She just said that, oh, that's just Kendall Jenner talking with her hands. So it just seemed like that's just an inside joke. That's a Kendall thing. Nothing to overreact to, guys. That's just Kendall being Kendall. Nothing to read into the situation. That's what I get from Hailey being her friend, knowing Kendall Jenner. Now, I'm sure if she had a problem, she would have made a comment or not even commented at all. But sometimes they say, damn if you do, damn if you don't. The couple can never seem to win with whatever they post on social media or how they interact with people on social media. So I'm just going to pull some cards. I'll pull one card for Justin in the situation and one card for Kendall in the situation, just to see how they both feel in that moment. Fans also feel that it's weird the fact that Justin Bieber was out at a club/bar without his wife, but was apparently with his wife's friend. I just don't know what you guys, I don't know what you guys expect from that. I just don't know where the problem could be, especially because he's been known to hang around the Kardashian Jenner family for so many years now. So I would have already expected him to be close to Kendall. Not closer, just close to Kendall. So I just see it, just he can have friends of the opposite sex, just like I'm sure Hailey Bieber has friends of the opposite sex. But I digress. I'm not going to jump into that whole tangent. We're just going to shuffle here and pick one card for Justin and then one card for Hailey. I mean, not for Hailey, for Kendall. First card for Justin Bieber is the Seven of Wands, defending, not in his own zone, in his own bubble, zen, not trying to connect with anybody, just enjoying his time out. How was Kendall in that situation? Well, Kendall was the Nine of Swords, which usually symbolizes somebody who could be going through a mentally hard time at the moment, or just somebody who is up in their head thinking about things. Now, the question is, what could she be possibly thinking about? Now, I don't think she's thinking of Justin Bieber. That's keeping her up day and night, or anticipating on how she could try to make a move on her best friend's husband, but there definitely seemed like maybe there was something at that moment or time that was really bothering Kendall that she could have been venting. Justin Bieber was just an open ear, a good friend, and it was a safe environment, and she just happened to share maybe something that was on her mind. And just to Beaver, being the respectful person that he is, understanding that he is married, and also realizing the relationship that him and Kendall has, he is I see as though he took it as somebody who was trying to not defend himself, but be more cautious about how he approaches or dances around this topic or energy that was going on, especially with the alleged involvement of alcohol. So let's just see what was beneath them. Beautiful. The strength card. There was something very solid between them. Like I said, she could have confided in him and really was talking about what was really bothering her. Because just to be there's just a good listening ear and somebody to get advice to. Maybe he's going through something that she has gone through. Maybe she's going through that he has gone through before and he could give her advice, or maybe that similar feelings but different situations, things like that. Somebody that could maybe be a little bit wise. But let's just see what's in the past. The Seven of Swords. Before I touch on that Seven of Swords, let me just see what's above their head at this very moment. Okay, we have the Star. Okay, let's see what's in their future. Okay, this is quite interesting. This is interesting. This is actually interesting. So in their past, to see the Seven of Swords, which symbolizes you could say it's a sneaky energy, or you could say it's an energy of not being forthright and honest with somebody. Now, yes, that is technically sneaky, but usually you decide to omit certain details from a story because you just don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or you're trying to protect somebody. That's how Justin Bieber could have been feeling, or maybe that's what Kendall Jenner was doing. She could have been omitting details while trying to tell a story, or Justin Bieber could have been trying to be on the defense, or maybe she was trying, maybe instead of her talking to him about what's bothering her, she could actually be worried about him and his mental, and maybe she's talking to him about that. Whatever it is, it's something that has been weighing on Kendall Jenner's mental, that she felt like she needed to talk to Justin Bieber in that moment right now under those circumstances. She was just like, no, we got to talk right now. I got to get this off my chest. And she said it for her whole chest. So maybe in the past, they could have had this conversation before and brushed up against the topic, but somebody was quite defensive, or somebody just didn't want to acknowledge something or be totally honest. So because of that, it led to either someone could have been feeling, I don't want to say unrequited, but somebody could have gotten a different perception of someone. This could be either Kendall or Justin Bieber. It just, because whatever it is, this is something that they have, it's not a topic that they haven't discussed about before. So I'm not sure if that's why Justin is on the defense, because Kendall Jenner knows exactly how Justin is going to react to this topic, but she knows that they have a solid, strong foundation as a friend. So she was just like, before, where I couldn't feel strong and open and honest, right now I feel like it. The stars have aligned. I feel the energy surging within me that I feel like I gotta say this now. And I feel, and like they say, speak or forever hold your peace, is how Kendall Jenner was probably feeling that moment. It was just like, okay, we gotta talk. And whatever they talked about, it definitely was able to move them forward into the Ace of Wands territory. They are on a new chapter. Maybe they needed to close something. Maybe there needed to be some type of closure. Maybe Kendall hasn't been quite honest about how she's been feeling about his life, about Haley, or maybe he was opening up about what Haley, maybe she could have been opening up about what Haley could have been confiding into her. I don't know. Whatever Justin needed to hear in that moment, Kendall Jenner just decided to like literally rip the band-aid off and says, I am not holding anything back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 4 cards to symbolize the overall energy that was surrounding this exact moment between Kendall and Justin. Did I shuffle the cards? No, I don't think I shuffled the cards. Because that first card that I saw just didn't even look right. I couldn't even see a cold energy. But if cold comes back up, I told you guys. All right. Whoop. Okay. So what was this energy at the very moment that surrounded Kendall and Justin at that bar incident that we got a photo of? Like they say, a picture paints 1,000 words. A relief. I love that. I love that. A relief. Getting something, dropping the weight, dropping the load. A spiritual beast of burden. Ooh, oh my gosh. And the spiritual beast of burden right next to strength. Man, that was something that must have been repressed. Something that somebody didn't want to say because somebody didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But now maybe Justin's in a better place mentally to hear. So Kendall's like, okay, let me be honest with you for real, for real. Who knows? Who knows? And I'm only putting emphasis on Kendall because everybody's putting emphasis on Kendall and not Justin. So therefore, I'm seeing Justin, and especially here, even Justin Bieber is in I don't want to say a receptive energy because it's the 7 of Swords, and that's a defensive energy. But through the picture and his body language and the way his energy was coming through in the picture, he seemed like more of the receptive, the listening ear, hearing a conversation being told to him, as Kendall Jenner was the one talking while that moment happened to be got captured. So that's exactly the way I see it. So for that's why I put more emphasis on it was Kendall coming forth with this energy and having this conversation. And that's why it just happened to get captured. Not that it was intended to, but it just happened to be the way the circumstances happen. So let's see what happens else. Oh, a proposal. Now, not literally a proposal. It could be a plan or a suggestion or an offer. Literally a proposal. You like a proposal you can write up for work, a proposal for a project, a proposal for a paper, just all those types of things. Any type of proposal. And then we have a spiritual fog. Man, their foundation is definitely heavy weighted. This was definitely, like I said at the very beginning, guided with divine timing. For some reason, there was some omission of information between the two, and now is the time to address it because now somebody is ready to hear, or somebody is now ready to be fully honest about how they felt. And it's a relief. It is, when you're hiding something from your best friend and you just feel like you have to tell them, but you feel like you can't because you don't want to hurt their feelings and you really love them. And if they are especially a little bit, you don't want to say something and then they cut you off. So then you just like tiptoeing around and it's just stressful. And especially if you already have problems with stress and anxiety, it's just like, God, that's just one less thing that I need to worry and stress about. So I might as well just leave it alone. So, all those things. So now finally, it's like, okay, this is the perfect time. Let me finally get what was weighing me down, though. That was burdening me down, that I felt like I couldn't speak. And I feel like we can finally have this honest conversation, move forward, have an understanding, have a peace a peace, a resolve, and we can move forward even better, stronger in our foundation as friends. That we can go to each other and talk to each other and know that even if I'm maybe in a place like that, that you can still talk to me and know that I will still be somewhat receptive. I will always listen to you. Maybe all those kinds of things. You know what happens when you get to those proposals and you start talking things out and negotiating on how you can work with your friendship. And the car that wanted to seem to pop out as birds, little birdies. I think that's us. We're always trying to read into a situation more than it is. And because of that, there's too many people talking about this picture and psychoanalyzing it, trying to figure out what was going on behind closed doors. And maybe that could be adding some stress to them too, even just the fact that they can't even be friends like that in the public, or even show how close or supportive or loving they are of each other, without people thinking too much of it. Is Justin cheating? Is Kendall trying to be a man stealer? So because of that, and then it puts Haley in an awkward position because she loves both of them and both of them are important to her. So then she has to play the teeter totter. So it's just like it's unnecessary, but it's also the life of the celebrities, and it just comes with the territory, honestly. So with that being said, that's all I have for what was going on between Kendall and Justin Bieber. I definitely see that there was nothing romantic at all. I didn't see anything. Actually, I saw a weight. I saw heaviness. I saw stress. Really, that's all I saw with them. I didn't see anything loving. I didn't see anything happy. I didn't see anything sexual. No, none of that. Nothing of what people are allegedly supposing through the image is what people are thinking into it. Too many birds reading and like looking into it and psychoanalyzing it. It was actually probably something that was way more spiritual, could have even been that. Maybe even in that moment they could have said, hey, could you capture this moment? I want a picture of this moment so I can remember this. That could have even been the case. Instead of somebody just randomly taking the picture, they could have wanted that picture. They could have wanted to solidify that memory forever. And this is what people do with it. So, hey, listen, that's what I'm here to do as a tarot card reader, to pull. And that's what we do here with News of Tarot. Pull some tarot cards on what's trending in the latest news topics. We do some soul searching or energy searching with what's going on with these celebrities and their news, figure out what's going on with them. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that reading. And more importantly, if you enjoy that type of content, share this with anybody that's into that type of content, into esoteric, into news, celebrities, keeping you up with the news, what's going on in the world around us, tarot, soul searching. Maybe you could have a friend like that, or you could have a friend like that, and people just don't understand your guys' connection, but it's special and it's your guys' thing, but nobody else understands it and thinks it's something more, and then you realize that like it's nothing like that at all. Maybe you could be going through that and this reading could have matched you. Like I try to remember to say in these tarot readings, these celebrities are honestly just a way to be a beacon to talk about what could be going on with somebody out there. They are role models after all, and just highlighting key aspects of human everyday life that people can go through. So with that being said, if you got something out of this, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to this channel. I already said share, and leave your comments down below. Now that you've gotten through this reading, how do you feel about Kendall Jenner and Justin Bieber? Was I able to persuade you and sway you in a certain direction? Well, it wasn't me. Were the cards able to persuade you in a certain direction to see it from a different perspective? Or did you already see it as not a romantic thing, but now you got to see it from even a different perspective of, hey, maybe they was really having a in-depth heart to heart conversation at that moment. And I didn't even think about that. So, hope you guys got something out of this tarot reading. With that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.